Welcome everyone to our third mission of our German playthrough. We are going to be on the attack. It's going to be very interesting, but a pretty quick battle. I think I do pretty well. So let's look at this first point, Point Charlie. So looking at this, we got some buildings that are basically making a nice little perimeter around the point. So there's going to be a lot of cover for the infantry that are already there. On the outskirts, we have these outer farm buildings. Those are going to provide a little bit of cover, but outside of that, there is just open fields and not a lot of cover moving into it. So it's going to be like we're going to have to send individual soldiers up through these little snow embankments, hoping to get closer and closer to the point, and then eventually storm onto it with a couple tanks or whatever and see how that goes. Looking at our other objective, it's going to be on the other side of the stream. It has this nice little wall. Kind of like what is that? A tide wall or something like that? I don't even know what it's called, but that kind of gives us a nice little defilade for our infantry to cross the river and hide behind that. Again, there's a lot of buildings that we're gonna have to clear through, but there's a lot of cover on the point. It's just getting to the point. We're gonna have to cross this huge little, I don't want to call it a beachhead, but it's basically like a river, or like a river beach that we're gonna have to cross, as well as the stream right there on the bottom left. So it's gonna be a tough battle. Let's get into the action. As we look over the battlefield, let's look into some of the new units that I brought. So if you look over on the left, you do see that I still have my Panzer 1s. They're still going to be our only armored option, as well as a Panzer 2. So we're going to be using that, and it's going to have a 2cm flat cannon on it. I'm hoping that will do a little bit more damage towards the infantry. So we'll see how that goes. I still have my arty, I still have my supply trucks. I have 4 Fallschirmjäger squads, 2 recon squads. I did forget some medics, which is going to be a big hindrance. And I still have my miners, my AT and my AP miners, because I forgot to switch them out for the medics earlier on. So let's get into the fight. As my recon pushes forward, we spot a Russian MG in the middle of the forest, so we push a rifleman up, killing one, killing the second, decrewing it, and then hopefully taking it as our own to use it on this nice little hilltop that we got. As I get 2 squad members to go retake the gun, infantry pushes, as well as a Dishka opening up, we start returning fire as best as we can, killing 1 infantry. With the Soviets being very aggressive, I start pushing my Fallschirmjäger squad closer and closer so they can start engaging on whatever's engaging my recon squads. Spotting a lot of Soviets on Charlie objective, I signal my artillery to start the pre-assault bombardment. Hearing a Dishka nearby, I push one of my soldiers forward, hoping to get both the crewmen. I'm able to sneakily get up, killing the gunner, and then being able to take a nice sniper shot, killing the other guy through the slit. Noticing a 125mm incendiary launcher killing some of my infantry on the far left, I redirect artillery to try to take it out as quickly as possible as my armor starts pushing out to engage it. Seeing the tank on the upper right, I try to get a look at it, but it disappears from view, so I get my Panzer 2 ready with AP rounds as hope that I can pen it if it comes towards me. Hoping for a touchdown, I start unloading on it with AP rounds, but figuring out that I don't do any damage to it as it returns fire, killing most of my crew. The sole surviving crewmate switches to the gunner seats and goes on a killing spree, killing a bunch of infantry as well as the BT-2 that's sitting in the middle of the road. One of my forwardmost recon units dies to a rifleman as I start the assault using infantry and tanks pushing on Charlie as quickly as we can, trying to cross the open field. I spend 113 rounds from 2 machine guns to hit a guy twice. I push the grenadier forward, hoping to get a kill on that sniper, but no luck to me, but we are able to start the cap on Point Charlie. Our squad's on a hilltop after engaging an MG that's been retaken by the Soviets, so we push forward with the SMG, killing all the infantry nearby. As we take the machine gun from our own again, we look back over at the point as more Soviets are pouring over the bridge, so I send some infantry farther on the point, capping a little bit farther, but we're trying to hold down the bridge as best as possible. Soviets develop a new material for their hoodies, protecting this soldier from 4 headshots. Noticing I have 2 extra soldiers in the back pushing an infantry cart that I'm not using, I push them forward to get into the tank so we can start driving around and use it again. The Soviet army shoves their infantry across the bridge as my dual MGs start laying down suppressing fire. Artillery gets a nice clean shot on them as I push my infantry forward in the tank. Trying to clear the last 2 Soviets on the objective, I lose 2 of my soldiers to 2 guys that I did not see around the corners. Feeling like I've almost secured objective Charlie, I start looking out to the east, preparing my units for the assault as a bunch of Soviet troops are preparing to cross the river to counterattack us. Soviets try to get across the river as best as they can, but they just get met with dual MGs and infantry on top of the hill, laying down great rifle fire, killing a lot of them. Seeing the tank still stuck in the creek, I pushed forward a Grenadier, taking a nice clean shot on it, killing it with one shot, decrewing it. I move my recon into the house that overlooks the creek as they take fire from multiple MG positions, so I start redirecting artillery to start taking out the emplacements. Noticing my Panzer II was very badly damaged a while ago, I get my crewman out to start repairing it as quickly as he can. 2 great artillery shots taking out one of the Dishkas on the far right, clearing the way for me to move infantry forward. As we engage across the river, my infantry gets fired on by a tank that's emplaced that I did not see before, so I try to get cover as quickly as I can, getting in some defilade on the other side of the hill. Noticed and placed MG on the top of the hill, we push forward, killing one of the crewmen, and eventually killing the other, clearing the way for us to start engaging the tank. With the tank cleared of crewmen, we push our infantry squad forward onto Point Bravo as we get another squad and a tank forward. Soviets try to counter-attack Point Charlie, but with our tank and infantry there, they have nowhere to go as we cap at a 10 out of 10. With very little resistance on the map, I get some infantry into the tank, hoping so we can use it for the next battle. The Soviets push a tank to the far west, flanking my guys, so I try to get them down in cover as MGs start ripping through us. With just the 2 tanks with machine guns, they're unable to take out my armor and start capping the point, so we just hide and wait and see if we can cap it before they kill us. One of my soldiers got close enough to the tank, killing it on the bridge. A squad of infantry tries to flank us from behind, and then we're finally able to kill the other tank that's on point with a tank. And with those 2 tank kills, we secure the victory and the 2 locations that we needed. We got the forward outpost as well as the outpost that's on the other side of the river. So overall, I think we did okay. It was pretty quick. I don't feel like there was a lot of guys on this map. My AI infantry that were controlling my guys were able to get a lot of kills. I didn't really have to use too much of my soldiers. They kind of did a lot. So, but anyways, I hope you guys liked the video. I hope you guys are liking the missions. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.